Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Texas Pan American. It is definitely a pleasure to have everyone here. It seems like just last month we all got together for another big announcement. The phone rang and we answered. If you have not kept abreast of what's going on with Bronc Athletics, the University of Texas Pan American was invited to join the WAC conference, and we graciously accepted that invitation. How about a round of applause? At that press conference, if you were here, you'll remember towards the end, Dr. Nelson told Chris, make the announcement. And Chris kind of said, no, I want to hold off till February. And Dr. Nelson said, I signed the check. So Chris promptly announced that we'd all be getting here together again today. And we appreciate Dr. Nelson for giving us the early scoop. Without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the athletic director here at UTPA. We like to call him the lead Bronc. How about a round of applause for Mr. Chris King?
Well, good afternoon, Bronc Country. On behalf of the Department of Intercollegiate Athletics, it's my pleasure to welcome each of you to today's press conference and to officially announce the starting of a men's and women's soccer program. It's also my distinct pleasure to announce this afternoon a major leadership gift for the first endowed scholarships for our men's and women's soccer programs. This has been an amazing academic year thus far with many firsts, and this is a sign of great times ahead for Bronc Athletics. The enthusiasm surrounding our athletic program with gaining membership into the WAC and today's announcement of sponsoring men's and women's soccer, it's at a level I've personally never witnessed in the 4 years since I've been the director of athletics. There's a quote from the movie Miracle that states, when you put on that jersey, the name on the front is more important than the name on the back. We want everyone associated with Bronc Country to have passion and pride for the UTPA and the Bronc name. We're raising the bar at this university. And with this afternoon's announcements, we're taking a major step in our continued quest to put UTPA on the map in athletics. As Tony indicated, on December 19, 2012, at this very podium, we made a major announcement. We joined the Western Athletic Conference. And also at this very same podium, we announced we were starting men's and women's soccer, which actually was not part of the script. Dr. Nelson got caught up in the moment, and we kind of let the cat out of the bag, 6 weeks prior to the officially scheduled conference. So today, February 6, 2013, and on National Letter of Intent Signing Day for Soccer, we officially announced the starting of men's and women's soccer programs at UTPA. I want to take a couple minutes and just kind of go over some of the specifics, the timeline, the coaching hires, and where the Broncs are going to practice and compete here in the near future. The women's soccer program is going to begin play, practice, and competition in the fall of 2014, and the men's soccer program will begin a year later in the year 2015. The addition of both these programs are finally going to provide the Rio Grande Valley with Division I soccer. After an 18-year hiatus in men's soccer, which was a sport was dropped as an intercollegiate sport in the late 1990s. We have several former men's soccer alumni today here, and I can tell you I'm really looking forward to that first soccer alumni match in 2015. Our local Rio Grande Valley high schools have had a lot of success, and this is going to allow us to be able to keep that talent here in the valley in front of their family and friends while obtaining a quality Tier 1 education. The state of Texas has only 3 soccer programs, HBU, Houston Baptist, Southern Methodist, and then soon to be Division I Incarnate Word University. So what's awesome is UTPA will only be one of 4 soccer programs, men's soccer programs in the state of Texas, and it's going to allow us to keep this talent here in South Texas. The search for the Broncs' first women's coach is officially underway, both locally and nationally. It actually is being publicized this afternoon after today's press conference. The search and interview process will go through probably the months of March and April, and we're hoping to have a head coach in place at or around May 1. The men's soccer head coaching job will start later on in the fall 2013 semester, hopefully wrapping up no later than the January of 2014. The million-dollar question I hear all the time is, where are you going to play? That's a great question. We don't know that yet. The location of the Broncs home matches and practice we have yet to determine, but we are looking at building a brand-new soccer and track and field complex on campus in the near future. The construction of this soccer and track complex, as you can imagine, has a hefty price tag, so it's going to be a tall task over the next few years. But we've got to really take a look at being able to host other events on campus and not just the soccer and track and field events. So to make this vision a reality, we will need assistance from the community. This is a type of capital project that those who want to see UTPA soccer become a success can make an immediate impact with the help and assistance with this track and field complex. We're going to put together a soccer fundraising committee comprised of community leaders as well as Pan Am alumni here in the next few weeks to help us assist in trying to raise money for this multi-million-dollar complex. Any future and all future updates on the coaching, soccer updates, anything you need to know about scholarships, walk-on tryouts, and just general updates on soccer can be found on our website at www.utpabronx.com. And media, each of you have that in your media kit. This afternoon, there's actually two parts to this press conference. The first is to officially announce men's and women's soccer as an intercollegiate sport here at the University of Texas Pan American. The second is just as significant of an announcement. To help both soccer programs get started, and as another first, Val LaMantia Peisen has donated $275,000 leadership gift to establish the William D. Peisen Endowed Scholarship for Intercollegiate Soccer, which establishes the first endowed scholarship for both the men's and women's soccer teams. And I'm not going to lie, we get a lot of checks and we do a lot of photos at the baseball and the basketball games, and you know they're normally the 5-digit checks. There's something special when you see a 6-digit check. We've seen a couple of those in the last few years. I'm still looking for that first 7-figure gift, so anybody in here that wants to open their checkbook. Let me explain a little bit about the Endowed Scholarship. The William D. Peisen Endowed Scholarship for Intercollegiate Soccer provides a minimum of one scholarship each year. One goes to men's soccer, one will go to women's soccer. And what's awesome about it is to be eligible to receive this scholarship, it has to be a student from a high school in the Rio Grande Valley. We're very thankful to Val for her generosity and the leadership gift to the soccer programs. The endowed scholarships will help ensure us to have a strong championship team on the playing field, as well as being able to help our students be able to be very successful within the classroom. I know 3.5 years ago when I started here, and these lights are very hot, so I'm not sweating because I'm speaking. She said when I first met her, I told her we were going to start soccer, and she told me, "You're full of," and there was an expletive. I probably shouldn't say that, right? And I said, "We're going to start soccer," and she said, "No, that's what every AD before you has said." I said, "No, we will start soccer." And I can tell you, our president, after meeting the community and understanding the passion and pride for soccer in his community, that's sort of been a goal for he and I for the last 3.5 years. And today, it is a reality. And it wouldn't be a reality without people like Val LaMantia Peisen. So we're very appreciative of what she's done. And she's a difference maker. And, we need as many difference makers as we can find. So thank you, Val. There's a lot of positives happening right now for Bronx Athletics. But today I am excited about this 6-figure leadership gift. Over the last 36 months, we've been able to obtain 3 different leadership gifts of this size. 2 have went to endowed scholarships, and 1 has went to a facility enhancement. We have several capital projects that are underway that we're looking at, including the soccer and track and field complex. And so we've got to continue to identify those difference makers in the community, those people that can make it happen for us. We've got to build some facilities, and we need revenue. So I can tell you we're going to be doing a lot of fundraising here in the next few years, and the capital projects for all of our sports is going to become a main concern for myself as well as our staff. I'd also be remiss if I did not thank the university's major gifts officer, who's actually on her phone right now and not paying attention, and also my wife. I appreciate her assistance in helping us obtain this endowed scholarship gift. We were a good 1-2 combo, and it's also especially gratifying, not because she's my wife, but because she did all the administrative paperwork and legwork to finalize the deal. So thank you, Alicia. It is an honor, and I know I said this at the last press conference, to serve each of you as your Director of Athletics. We have a lot of great things happening at Bronx Athletics. We need your continued support. I look forward to leading this program to new heights in 2013 as new members of the Western Athletic Conference. And I want to thank everybody for your attendance today. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to our administration. I think that most of you know that we're raising the bar. And we're not going to be happy about being good anymore. We want to be great. And with starting men's and women's soccer and with this type of leadership gift, we can be great. and we're going to be great. At this time, I'd like to introduce Veronica Gonzalez, the university's Vice President for University Advancement, to say a few words about Val LaMantia Peisen. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you again for joining us today as we make this wonderful announcement about soccer coming to UTPA, and as we say thank you to Val LaMantia Peisen for her very generous gift to the university. You know, I think we all know the importance of an education because it's something that we stress over and over again, but I'm not sure that we all truly recognize the struggles that many of our students go through to be able to get that education, even when they have tremendous talent and drive. So many of our students have no choice but to work while they go to school, not only to support themselves, but oftentimes to help their families. Countless of them come from families that cannot afford tuition and books, even though they have, UTPA always likes to brag about the fact that we have one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation. A large number of our students and their parents can't simply go to a bank and take out a loan to pay for their college education. And many of these students are very, very talented athletes, but they simply can't dedicate the time to both sports and school and work. Well, one lady who does understand those struggles and those challenges and has made it a part of her life to help them is Val LaMantia Peisen. You know, Val is very fortunate. She comes from a family of great privilege. But of course, they would tell you they've worked very hard to get there. You'd be hard-pressed in the Valley if you didn't know of or know the LaMantia family or L&F distributors, because I think everybody in this community knows that the work that they've done for the community. But Val's real fortune is the fact that she is part of a family of service, one of commitment to education and to their community. And boy, has she set the bar high. From her work with Girl Scouts to the STARS program, the South Texas Academic Rising Stars program that provides scholarships to students, to her service on our University of Texas Pan American Development Board that helps us to raise funds, and her many gifts to education, she is literally changing the lives of students. And today, she raises that bar even higher with a gift of $275,000 to establish an endowment that will provide scholarships to student athletes who are going to play men and women's soccer. So thank you again, Val, and thank you to the Kings for your work in making this gift happen. This leadership gift is made even more special because it is in the name of Val's late husband, Bill. And I see his daughter sitting here, and I see his father sitting here. And actually, I see a lot of Bill. I see a lot of Bill in y'all. I had the privilege of knowing Bill and working with him as a young lawyer. Bill was extremely intelligent, but very unassuming. He talked slowly, but deliberately. He was very, very much a man's man, but always a gentleman. And like Val, he was a generous individual, committed to serving others. And it is therefore fitting that this endowment is made in his name. Val, from everyone here at the University of Texas Pan American, we thank you for giving our student athletes something that is priceless: opportunity. The opportunity to develop their talents, the opportunity to succeed, the opportunity to get educated and become self-sufficient, and the opportunity for them to hopefully do what you are doing and give back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome a man who is also a very generous and giving individual, our leader, Mr. Robert Nelson, President Robert Nelson.
Tony, I will do a Go Bronx when we're through. However, first, goal! This is a goal, right? We were talking about getting into a conference, and we were with the Southland Conference. And the Southland Conference wanted me to say that we were going to put football in. And I said, no, we're putting in women's soccer. And they said, well, right after that, right, you can do a study and you're going to put in football. And I said, yeah, we're going to put in football, but it's football. Okay? We're going to put in men's soccer next. And we walked out of there, and Chris could have knocked me over the head because they were all saying, well, they're not going to do football, so we don't want them. But putting soccer in is the right thing to do. It is the right thing for our community. It is the right thing for the youth here. And it really will keep superstars in the Valley. They won't have to go to North Dakota. They won't have to go to North Carolina. You know, we have people from the Valley that are now in the pros. We have that ability. And because of Val, we have an opportunity to be able to help students do this. I think that what you might not know is that the STARS program brings in $2 million in scholarships. And we issue those out and think about how many students that helps each and every time. I spent a very short time over in Corpus before coming here, and I met one of her brothers over there. And just before coming over here, and you've heard this story before, he said to me, well, go out with my brother over there, have a couple beers with him, get to know him, but really, Val, she's the good one. She's the one who's going to help you.
He didn't say that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. She's the good one. I remember it very, very clearly. And she is the good one. Personally, on behalf of the University, Val, thank you. We are very grateful. We are eternally grateful. And I promise you, it's going to be a winning team, Chris. It will be a winning team right from the beginning, and we'll go and we'll succeed. And with that, I would like to introduce Ms. Val LaMantia Peisen.
Well, Chris, you know, everybody's got that in writing now, so it better be a winning team. You know, Bill really, really wanted our children to graduate from high school, graduate from college, because education was so, so important to him. But sports was a part of every one of their lives. And I think he really recognized the hard work and the team efforts that it took to make a team, to have time management, to make sure that they got their studies done and played at the same time. And something even more important, it taught them social skills. It taught them how to get along with people, and it taught them teamwork. And those things are something that you carry throughout your life. It doesn't matter where you are or what you do. If you have those skills, if you're hardworking, if you're a team player, and if you have time management, you can do anything. And I really sincerely think that sports does this. It really teaches the kids how to do this when they start off, and it stays with them for all their lives. So I'm real excited about having soccer here, and I did challenge Chris on that because I didn't believe him. I know everybody's asked the same question, when are we going to have soccer? So we're real excited about it, and I'm real excited, and my kids are, and let's just make a goal!
We'd like to thank everybody who's been watching us on the World Wide Web, who have been a part of today's press conference. We'd like to thank everybody in attendance. For our friends from the media, if you want to talk to Chris, Dr. Nelson, Veronica, or Val, they'll be available for you to discuss right up here at the stage, and we'll get you set getting ready after the press conference. But again, we thank everybody for coming out. So now it's been set, fall of 2014, fall of 2015, And before we wrap everything up, I'm going to invite Dr. Nelson back to his usual spot right up here. I'm going to invite our students, our cheerleaders as well, and our Blazer dance team, Bucky the Bronc. You guys knew the routine. You know how it works. Doc, explain it to the newbies.
For those of you who haven't been around before, the fist goes up, and it's Go Bronx, and it's as loud as you can make it. So let's rock this place, okay? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Bronx!
We do have our Lady Bronc basketball team that will be in action tonight at the UTPA Fieldhouse. We encourage everyone to come out and join us to keep this celebration going. Our alumni that is here, don't forget, next weekend we have the big alumni homecoming weekend. What a great honor it is to announce this right before then. We look forward to seeing you and everybody back at that weekend for homecoming weekend. And as, I don't know if it was the last official game, but I think that Dr. Miguel Paredes, who was the last coach of the soccer team, back in the early 90s, the last game may have been against STC, and he invited me to come out and participate as the announcer for that one. And we looked at the team across the field, and we said, they're wearing purple, they got yellow. Are they the Barneys? What are we going to call them? Congratulations to their success, but now UTPA has got the soccer team, and we look forward to the growth of the Bronc country. Thanks so much for being here. We'll do interviews next.